Did you know that there are clear signs, real signs, signs that the universe itself sends to warn you that a major financial turning point is coming into your life? What if I told you that, at this very moment while you watch this video, God is already preparing the way to release immense wealth into your life as a Leo? I'm not talking about coincidences. I'm talking about divine signs that you may be ignoring without realizing it. And the most incredible thing is that these signs are already happening around you right now. Do you know that feeling that something big is about to happen? That tightness in your chest mixed with a hope you can't explain? Well, that's exactly what many Leos are feeling right now. And there's a very special reason for it. The universe is aligning powerful forces so that you, born under the sign of Leo, will receive financial abundance that will completely transform your reality. But pay attention. If you don't recognize these 12 sacred signs that I'm going to reveal today, you might let this blessing pass you by without even realizing it. In this video, you will discover each of the 12 signs that God sends before releasing material prosperity into the life of a Leo. I will show you how to identify these divine messages, how to prepare to receive this abundance, and most importantly, how not to block this energy of wealth that is already on its way. Because yes, it is possible to block your own blessing due to lack of knowledge. And I don't want that to happen to you. So if you're a Leo, or know someone of that sign who urgently needs to hear this message, stay with me until the end. Because what I'm going to share here may be exactly the key that will open the doors to the prosperity you've been waiting for. Shall we embark on this journey of revelation together? Sign 1. You are feeling a different kind of restlessness in your heart. Pay attention to this first sign because it's the most subtle of all, but also the most powerful. You know that restlessness that won't leave you in peace? That feeling that you can't continue living the way you are? It's not common anxiety, it's not unfounded nervousness. It's something much deeper. It's your spirit recognizing that a great change is knocking at the door. And when God is going to release wealth into the life of a Leo, the first sign always comes from within. It always begins in the heart. You may be feeling this in many ways. Perhaps it's that sudden urge to change everything in your life, to start something new, to no longer accept the crumbs the world has been offering. Perhaps it's that feeling of urgency, as if time is passing too quickly and you need to act soon. Or perhaps it's simply a constant discomfort with your current financial situation, a dissatisfaction that no longer lets you sleep peacefully. All of this, my dear Leo, is not torment. It's divine preparation. God is deliberately unsettling your heart. He is taking away your peace with mediocrity because He knows you were created for so much more. The universe doesn't interfere with what it won't transform. When you feel this deep restlessness, it means the Creator is preparing the soil of your heart to receive seeds of abundance. It's as if He is plowing the land before planting. And this process, although uncomfortable, is absolutely necessary. Many Leos are going through this right now and don't understand what's happening. They think they're losing faith, that they're becoming impatient, that they're being weak for no longer being able to accept scarcity. But the truth is the opposite. This restlessness is a sign that your faith is maturing, that you are ready for a new level, that God trusts you will know how to handle the wealth He is about to release. Because you see, God doesn't give great blessings to those who are content with little. He gives them to those who hunger for more, to those who no longer accept living in scarcity. And there's another important detail about this sign. This restlessness is accompanied by a strange, inexplicable certainty that better days are coming. Even when you look around and see no concrete evidence of change, something inside you insists that it will work out, that it's coming, that it's just a matter of time. This is not an illusion, it's not empty positive thinking. It's the Holy Spirit speaking to your spirit. It's God confirming within you what He has already decreed in heaven. The wealth has already been released in the spiritual world. Now it's just making its way to manifest in the physical world. So if you're feeling this restlessness, if you're bothered by your current situation, if you have that feeling that something big needs to happen soon, celebrate. This isn't torment, it's an announcement. God is letting you know that He will be working on your financial life very soon. And when God works, when He decides to transform, nothing and no one can stop it. Wealth is coming, Leo. Believe in that with all your heart. Signal 2. Doors that were closed begin to move. Now pay attention to this second sign because it is extremely revealing. When God is about to release wealth into the life of a Leo, He begins to move doors that seemed eternally locked. And this happens in ways that you don't always recognize at the moment. It could be that person who disappeared years ago and suddenly starts talking to you again. It could be an opportunity you tried several times and were always rejected, but now, out of nowhere, a new possibility arises. It could be an old project you had given up on and suddenly someone mentions exactly that, bringing the idea back to your mind. These are not coincidences. When the universe decides it's time for you to prosper, it begins to reopen paths, reconnect threads that seemed severed, and resurrect dreams you had buried. And the most interesting thing is that this happens naturally, almost effortlessly on your part. You're not forcing anything, you're not desperately chasing after anything. Things simply begin to fall into place on their own, as if an invisible hand were organizing everything behind the scenes. For a Leo, this has a special meaning. You who are a Leo have a nature of leadership, of royalty, of command. You weren't made to beg for opportunities, knocking on doors that don't open. When God decides to bless a Leo with wealth, He makes sure that the doors open on their own, that opportunities come to you, that recognition arrives without you having to lower yourself or humiliate yourself. Because that's how God honors the essence He Himself placed within you. Then begin to observe the movements around you. That old contact that resurfaced out of nowhere could be the bridge to a great financial opportunity. That idea that returned to your mind could be God reminding you of a project He wants you to resume because now is the right time. That door you tried to open 1,000 times and always slammed shut may finally be unlocking because divine timing has arrived. And divine timing is always perfect, always at the exact moment when you are ready to receive and manage the blessing. Many Leos make the mistake of ignoring these subtle signs. When that old friend makes contact, they think it's just nostalgia. When that idea comes back to mind, they dismiss it, thinking it's too late. When an old door moves even slightly, they don't even notice because they're focused on trying to tear down new walls. But God doesn't usually work by tearing down walls. He works by opening doors that He Himself temporarily closed to protect you or to prepare you. And when He opens them, when He decides your time has come, no force in the universe can close them again. Pay attention to the small details as well. It could be a message that arrives at the right time, an unexpected phone call, an invitation you weren't expecting, information that falls into your lap without you looking for it. All of these are signs that the universe is conspiring in your favor, that God is moving pieces on the board to position you exactly where you need to be to receive the abundance He has prepared. And Leo, when God prepares wealth for you, He doesn't just prepare a little. He prepares overflowing. He prepares more than you can imagine. He prepares provision that will surprise even you. So be attentive to these doors that are beginning to move. They are the green light that abundance is right there. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal. And you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. Now let's continue with our video. Sign 3. You're losing your fear of taking risks. This third sign is one of the most revolutionary things that happens in a Leo's life when God is about to release wealth. Suddenly, without you quite understanding why, that paralyzing fear that prevented you from taking bigger steps begins to diminish. You begin to feel a different kind of courage sprouting within you, a willingness to take risks that didn't exist before. And this isn't recklessness, it isn't irresponsibility. It's God Himself infusing faith and boldness into your heart, because He knows you'll need this courage to seize the opportunities that are coming. Understand one very important thing. The wealth that God will release to you will not fall into your lap while you remain in your comfort zone. It will require you to take steps of faith, to leave your safe place, to take risks in ways that previously terrified you. And that is precisely why God, before releasing the blessing, first releases courage. He prepares you internally before giving you externally, because it is useless for the opportunity to arrive if you are so full of fear that you cannot seize it. For Leos, this has a special meaning. Leo is, by nature, a courageous, fearless, and daring sign. But many Leos have gone through such hard experiences in life that this natural aspect has become dormant, hidden beneath layers of disappointment and hurt. When you tried and failed, when you risked and got hurt, when you believed and were frustrated, each of these experiences placed a stone on top of your natural courage until it was buried. But now, at this moment in your life, God is removing those stones one by one. He is resurrecting the lion that exists within you. And how does this manifest in practice? You start having thoughts that previously scared you and now excite you. You begin to consider possibilities that you previously dismissed immediately because they seem too risky. You start to feel the urge to make that investment, to start that business, to accept that challenge, to take that step you always postponed. And most importantly, you start doing this without waiting to have all the guarantees, without needing all the answers before you begin. You are developing what I call active faith, the ability to act even when you don't see everything clearly, to take the first step even when the entire path is not yet illuminated. This is absolutely essential to receiving the wealth that God has prepared for you. Because the way God blesses Leos is generally not through inheritances that fall from the sky or lotteries that they win on their own. God blesses Leos through opportunities that require courage to seize. He opens doors, but you need boldness to walk through them. He presents paths, but you need faith to walk them. He puts the right people in front of you, but you need initiative to build the bridges. And all of this requires a generous dose of courage. But here's the secret that many don't understand. This courage you're feeling doesn't come from yourself. It's not your own merit. It's not because you suddenly became stronger. It's God infusing your spirit with the necessary confidence for what He's planning to do. It's as if the universe is preparing you for a great adventure, and before revealing the treasure map, He gives you the sword and shield. Before showing you the mountain you'll climb, He strengthens your legs. Before parting the sea before you, He places enough faith in your heart for you to take the first step into the water. So if you're feeling this inner shift, if you're noticing that the fear that held you back is diminishing, if you're finding yourself thinking about possibilities that once terrified you, don't ignore it. Don't minimize it thinking it's just a passing moment of enthusiasm. This is God preparing you for the prosperity that is coming. This is the universe equipping you with the right mindset to manage the wealth you are about to receive. Because Leo, one thing I guarantee you, when your financial blessing arrives, it will be so great that you will need all the courage that God is placing in you now. Receive this inner transformation as the divine gift that it is. Sign 4. Fake people are distancing their way out of your life. Now let's talk about a sign that sometimes hurts, but is absolutely necessary. When God is about to release wealth into the life of a Leo, He begins a deep cleansing of that person's social circle. And this cleansing is not random, it's not cruel. It's strategic and merciful. God knows that you can't move to the next level with people from the previous level hanging on your back. He knows that there are people around you who won't celebrate your victory, who will envy your growth, who will try to sabotage your prosperity. And that's why He removes these people before releasing the blessing. If you've noticed that some friendships have cooled off lately for no apparent reason, if you've noticed that certain people have simply disappeared from your life, if you've felt that relationships that seem solid have suddenly fallen apart, don't despair thinking you're being abandoned. In fact, you are being protected. The universe is doing a divine cleansing, removing toxic energies, and driving away emotional and financial vampires who will only want to suck the abundance that is coming your way. For Leos, this is especially challenging because you are extremely loyal. When a Leo loves, they love with everything. When they make friends, they take it seriously. When they commit to someone, it's for real. And it is precisely because of this natural loyalty that many Leos remain trapped in relationships that should have ended a long time ago. You continue to nurture people who don't nourish you in return. You continue to invest in those who don't invest in you. You continue to carry people who only weigh you down and never help you move forward. And God, seeing this, decides to intervene. And look how perfectly He does it. He doesn't force you to make painful decisions to cut people off. He simply allows the masks to fall, for true intentions to appear, for the person to show who they really are. Suddenly that dear friend reveals an envious side you never saw before. That person you thought was rooting for you says something that makes it clear they actually wanted you to fail. That relationship you insisted on maintaining naturally dissolves because the other person simply stops making an effort. And all of this, however painful it may be at the moment, is God's hand freeing you from dead weight. Because look, when wealth arrives, those same people who are distancing themselves now will come running back with requests, with sad stories, with urgent needs that will magically coincide with your prosperity. They wouldn't be happy for your success. They would be interested in what they can gain from it. And God, who loves you too much to allow you to be used, is removing those people now, before you have to deal with them in the midst of your blessing. He is clearing the path, preparing a pure space where abundance can flow without contamination. And there's something else beautiful happening at the same time. While the wrong people drift away, the right people begin to appear. You may be noticing that you're meeting new people, people who vibrate at your frequency, who support your dreams, who add to your journey. These are the people God is sending to walk with you in this new phase of prosperity. They are divine alliances, strategic connections, relationships that will propel you forward instead of dragging you down. God is exchanging quantity for quality, replacing empty crowds with small but powerful circles. So if you're going through this process of losing relationships, drifting apart, friendships ending, don't despair. Don't try to hold on to those who are leaving. Don't force closeness with those who are distancing themselves. Let go. Release. Trust that the universe knows exactly what it's doing. Each person who leaves is a space that opens up for someone better to enter. Each relationship that ends is a door that closes for a much bigger door to open. And when wealth finally arrives, you will look back and thank God for every person He removed from your life during that time. Because prosperity without parasites is much sweeter, Leo. Much sweeter. Sign 5. You are developing a new mindset about money. This 5th sign is one of the most transformative because it directly affects how you perceive wealth. When God is preparing to release financial abundance into the life of a Leo, He first reprograms that person's mind. Because it's pointless to put wealth in the hands of someone who still thinks like a poor person, who still has limiting beliefs about money, who still sees prosperity as something distant or even sinful. God needs to change the software before updating the hardware. And how does this happen in practice? You start to realize that those negative phrases about money that you always repeated begin to bother you. You know those things we grow up hearing? That money doesn't bring happiness, that rich people don't go to heaven, that those who have a lot stole from someone, that we have to be content with little. Suddenly you hear these phrases and something inside you rejects them, questions them, no longer accepts them as absolute truth. This isn't rebellion, it isn't materialism. It's the Holy Spirit opening your eyes to the biblical truth about prosperity. For Leos, this mental transformation is especially important because you have a natural tendency towards generosity. Leos love to give gifts, love to provide, love to make people happy through abundance. But many Leos carry an absurd amount of guilt whenever they think about having more, as if desiring wealth were selfishness. And God wants to break this lie in your mind. He wants you to understand that there is nothing wrong with wanting to prosper, with dreaming of abundance, with desiring to live comfortably. In fact, the more you have, the more you can bless others. Your natural generosity needs fuel, and that fuel is prosperity. You will also notice a change in how you handle financial opportunities. Before, when a chance to make money arose, you might have hesitated, doubted, let it pass due to insecurity, or felt you didn't deserve it. Now you are beginning to see these opportunities in a different light. You are starting to realize that every door that opens is a blessing from God that you have the right to take advantage of. You are beginning to feel worthy of receiving, worthy of prospering, worthy of living in the abundance that the Creator has always intended for you. Another important change happens in your relationship with the money you already have. You begin to manage it better, to value it more, to be wiser in your financial decisions. And this isn't because you've become miserly or stingy. It's because God is teaching you to be a good steward. He's showing you that before giving you much, He needs to see that you know how to take care of the little things. It's like a divine test. If you are faithful in small things, God trusts to give you great things. And Leo, this test isn't to fail you. It's to promote you. It's to qualify you for the next level of blessing. You will also realize that you are beginning to dream bigger. Those small plans, those modest goals, those humble dreams, all of that is being replaced by bigger visions, by bolder objectives, by more ambitious desires. And this is not arrogance, it is not pride. It is God expanding your vision to prepare you for the greatness He has planned. Because if you continue to think small, even when the great blessing arrives, you won't know what to do with it. But if God first expands your mind, when abundance arrives, you will be ready to receive it and multiply it. And there's one last very important change. You're beginning to understand that wealth isn't just about accumulating, it's about sowing. You're starting to see money as a tool, as energy, as a means to impact lives and not just to satisfy personal desires. This kingdom mentality, this vision of prosperity with purpose, is exactly what God wants to see in you before releasing abundance. Because when you understand that the wealth that comes into your hands has a greater purpose, when you see yourself as a channel and not as the final destination of blessings, then God can trust you to overflow. And Leo, get ready, because when God trusts you in this way, the prosperity He releases is immeasurable. It has no limit. It has no end. Sign 6. You are having prophetic dreams about abundance. Now let's enter a more spiritual, more mystical, but equally real territory. When God is about to release wealth into the life of a Leo, he often begins to communicate through dreams. And I'm not talking about random dreams or unconscious fantasies. I'm talking about prophetic dreams, dreams that stay with you, dreams that you wake up remembering every detail of, dreams that seem more real than reality itself. These dreams are direct messages from the universe warning that something big is moving in the spiritual world. And what are these dreams like? They can appear in various forms. You might dream of abundant water, overflowing rivers, powerful waterfalls, and water. In spiritual symbolism, always represents abundance, a flow of blessings, divine provision. You might dream of bountiful harvests, fields full of fruit, overflowing barns, all symbolizing the prosperity that is ripening for you. You might dream of gold, of hidden treasures being revealed, of riches that you find effortlessly. This represents the supernatural provision that God is preparing. For Leos, these dreams can have even more specific elements. You might dream that you are wearing crowns, sitting on thrones, being recognized and honored by crowds. And this isn't megalomania. It's not your inflated ego appearing in the dream. It's the universe showing you the prominent position, the social and financial elevation that is coming your way. Remember that Leo is the sign of royalty, power, and leadership. When God is going to prosper a Leo, he doesn't do it haphazardly. He does it with grandeur, with visibility, with public recognition. You may also be having dreams where people offer you things, give you gifts, hand you keys, open doors for you. These dreams represent divine alliances being formed, strategic connections that will appear in your life, bringing opportunities to prosper. You might dream that you are buying something you've always wanted, that you are traveling to places you've always longed to visit, that you are living in a bigger and better house. These dreams are not just desires of your heart manifesting in your subconscious. They are visions of your future that God is showing you to strengthen your faith and prepare your heart. But there's a very important detail about these prophetic dreams. They come accompanied by a specific feeling. When you wake up from these dreams, you don't wake up confused or disturbed. You wake up with a strange peace, with an inexplicable certainty, with an anticipated joy. You wake up knowing, without being able to explain how you know, that it wasn't just an ordinary dream. It was a revelation. It was the universe speaking to you in the language of symbols, showing you what physical eyes cannot yet see, but which has already been decreed in the spiritual world. So what should you do when you have these dreams? First, give thanks. Thank God for communicating with you, for giving you a glimpse of the blessing to come. Second, write it down. Write down these dreams, record the details, keep them as a treasure. Because when the blessing manifests in the physical world, you will return to these notes and marvel at the accuracy of the divine messages. Third, believe. Don't let logic, reason, or current circumstances kill the revelation you received. If God showed it to you through the dream, he will fulfill it in reality. And there's a beautiful thing that happens to Leos who pay attention to these dreams. When you begin to honor these messages, when you treat these dreams as divine revelations and not as unconscious fantasies, the universe begins to speak to you more and more clearly. The dreams become more frequent, more detailed, more specific. It's as if God realizes you are listening and decides to speak even more. And the more you listen, the more prepared you become to receive everything he has shown you. So Leo, pay attention to your dreams during this period. They are not random. They are messengers of the abundance that is coming. Sign 7. Old debts begin to mysteriously resolve themselves. This seventh sign is one of the most practical and visible. And when it begins to happen, you can be absolutely certain that God is moving financial mountains in your life. You know those old debts that seemed impossible to resolve? Those financial commitments that gave you nightmares? Those overdue bills that embarrassed you? Suddenly, without you having drastically changed anything in your situation, they begin to resolve themselves. And it's not magic. It's a miracle. It's God opening paths where there were no paths, creating solutions where there were only problems. And look how this manifests in practice. You might receive an unexpected renegotiation offer with much better conditions than you ever imagined. Someone who owed you money for years might finally show up to pay, just when you need it most. You might discover a benefit, a right, a forgotten amount that solves exactly that urgent financial situation. An extra income might appear, completely outside your plans, in the exact amount to pay off that debt that was suffocating you. All of this is not coincidence. It's divine orchestration. For Leos, this financial cleansing is especially significant. You hate being in debt, you hate being dependent or vulnerable. For a Leo, having debt isn't just a financial problem. It's a wound to self-esteem, a stumbling block to the healthy pride you carry. You feel less when you're in debt, you feel diminished when you can't honor commitments. And God knows this. He knows how much these debts weigh on a Leo's soul. And that's why, before releasing great wealth, he makes sure to clear these old debts. Because understand one very important thing. God won't make a cup overflow that's still full of dirty water. He first needs to empty what's old, cleanse what's contaminated, and then fill it with new. Those debts you carry are like holes in your pocket. It's no use God putting in more money if it's going to drain away through those holes. So first he plugs the holes, closes the gaps, resolves the outstanding issues, so that he can then pour out abundance without it being lost along the way. It's divine strategy, it's the wisdom of the universe. And there's something you need to understand about this process. While these debts are being resolved, God is teaching you valuable lessons about financial management. He's showing you the mistakes that led you there, so that when wealth arrives, you don't repeat the same patterns. He's disciplining you with love, educating you with mercy, because God's goal isn't just to get you out of the hole once. It's to teach you never to fall into it again. It's to give you not only the fish, but also the fishing rod. It's to transform you into someone who knows how to generate wealth, and also knows how to maintain it. You'll also notice that as these debts are resolved, you feel a growing lightness. It's as if a gigantic weight is being lifted from your shoulders. You can breathe better, sleep better, think more clearly. And this lightness isn't just psychological. It's spiritual. Each debt paid off is a broken chain, an opened prison, a regained freedom. And when you are free from the shackles of the past, you are ready to run towards the future. You are ready to receive without guilt, to prosper without burden, to abound without anxiety. And here's the most beautiful part of this sign. When you look back and see all those old debts resolving themselves in ways you never planned, never imagined, and could never have achieved on your own, you understand that there is a greater force watching over you. You realize you are not alone on this journey. You recognize the hand of God moving circumstances, touching hearts, opening paths. And this awareness of divine presence in your financial life is what gives you faith to believe in the wealth that is yet to come. So Leo, if your old debts are mysteriously starting to resolve themselves, celebrate. This is not luck. It's God clearing the ground to plant prosperity in your life. Sign 8. You are receiving creative and innovative ideas. Let's talk now about an absolutely fascinating sign. When God is about to release wealth into the life of a Leo, he doesn't just open external doors. He awakens inner creativity. Suddenly, you start having ideas you've never had before. Insights that come from nowhere. Visions of projects, businesses, ways to make money that seem to emerge from a source greater than yourself. And this isn't fertile imagination. It's divine revelation. It's the universe downloading into your spirit the blueprints, the projects, the strategies that will lead you to prosperity. And these ideas have specific characteristics. They're not vague, they're not generic. They're detailed, practical, applicable. You don't just think about doing something, you see exactly how to do it step by step. It's as if someone is whispering the instruction manual for success in your ear. And often these ideas come at the most unexpected moments. Could be in the shower, it could be before bed, it could be while you're doing something completely different. It's that click, that flash of insight, that explosion of lucidity that makes you grab paper and pen and run to write it down before you forget. For Leos, this has a special meaning because you are naturally creative. Leo is an artistic, expressive, and innovative sign. But often life, with its problems and worries, stifles this natural creativity. You become so focused on surviving that you forget to create, so busy solving the urgent that there is no room left for creativity. But when God decides to prosper you, He resurrects this creative capacity. He removes the debris that was blocking the source of ideas. He clears the channels through which divine inspiration can flow. And here's something many don't understand. These ideas you're receiving aren't meant to be kept in a drawer. They are seeds that need to be planted. They are projects that need to be executed. They are visions that need to be materialized. God doesn't give you the idea just for you to dream about it. He gives you the idea because He will also give you the means, the connections, the resources necessary for it to become a reality. The idea is the first step, it's the project approved in heaven that now needs to be built on earth. And when you act on these divine ideas, when you have the courage to take what God has placed in your heart off the paper, that's when financial miracles begin to happen. You will also notice that these ideas are aligned with your natural gifts, your abilities, with what you do well. God doesn't give you ideas that will force you to be someone you're not. He gives you ideas that will enhance who you already are. If you're good with people, the idea will involve relationships. If you're good with numbers, the idea will involve strategy. If you're good with art, the idea will involve creativity. God doesn't fight against your essence. He works with it. He takes what already exists in you and multiplies, expands, amplifies it. And there's another beautiful thing happening. As you act on an idea, other ideas come. It's as if the universe is testing your obedience and seeing that you are faithful in executing, it gives you more and more. It's a virtuous cycle of revelation and action. The more you act, the more you receive. The more you execute, the more is revealed. And so, step by step, idea by idea, you will build a financial empire that began with a simple inspired thought that you had the courage to believe in and materialize. So Leo, pay close attention to the ideas that are arising in your mind during this period. Don't dismiss any of them as nonsense. Don't ignore any thinking it's too late or that you lack the ability. Each idea that comes is an opportunity in disguise, a door to prosperity being opened. And when you cross that door with faith, with action, with determination, you discover on the other side the wealth that God always knew belonged to you. Ideas are the treasure map, Leo, and the treasure is real. Sign 9. You are feeling a calling to serve and impact more people. This 9th sign reveals something very profound about the nature of divine prosperity. When God is about to release wealth into the life of a Leo, He doesn't just awaken in you the desire to have more. He awakens the desire to do more, to be more, to impact more. Suddenly, you begin to feel a calling that goes beyond simply improving your own life. You begin to see yourself as an instrument of transformation in the lives of others. You begin to dream not only of your own prosperity, but of the difference that prosperity can make in the world. And that is absolutely revolutionary, because most people, when they think about getting rich, only think about themselves. They think about the things they will buy, the places they will visit, the pleasures they will enjoy. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when God is involved in your prosperity process, He always includes a component of greater purpose. He always connects your blessing with the blessing of others. He always makes your abundance a channel for many to be reached. Because that is the difference between enrichment and blessed prosperity. For Leos, this makes perfect sense. You have a naturally generous heart. Leo is the sign that most enjoys sharing, giving gifts, and making others happy. But often you were frustrated because you wanted to give more and didn't have enough. You wanted to help more and couldn't. You wanted to impact more lives but were limited by a lack of resources. And God saw this frustration. He saw your heart wanting to do more than your hands could. And now He is preparing the answer. He is about to give you the resources that your generous heart has always wanted. And when you begin to feel that calling to serve, that desire to impact, that dream of making a difference, you are receiving one of the clearest signs that wealth is coming. Because God only increases the capacity of those He knows will use the increase well. He only pours abundance into the hands of those He trusts will share that abundance. He only enriches those He knows will not become selfish, stingy, or miserly when they become rich. And the fact that you are feeling this desire to serve, even before wealth arrives, already proves to God that He can trust you. You'll also notice that this calling comes with specificity. It's not just a vague desire to help someone. It's a clarity about who you want to help, how you want to help, what kind of impact you want to make. You might feel a strong calling to help underprivileged children. You might want to invest in the education of talented young people who lack resources. You might want to create jobs, open opportunities, be a bridge for others to prosper. Whatever the specific form of this calling, know that it is the greater purpose that comes with your prosperity. It is the mission that gives meaning to wealth. And here is the most beautiful secret of all. When you prosper with purpose, when your wealth has a greater mission, it becomes unstoppable. Because it's no longer just you striving for your goals. It's God striving through you for His goals. It's no longer just you wanting to improve your life. It's the entire universe conspiring so that through your improvement, many other lives will be touched. And when God is at that level of involvement with your prosperity, when He sees that you understand that wealth is a responsibility and not just a privilege, Then he sets no limits. Then he doesn't measure. Then he pours it out without stopping. So Leo, if you're feeling this calling to serve, this desire to make an impact, this dream of being a blessing in the lives of many, don't ignore it. Don't think it's just a silly feeling or naive idealism. This is God preparing you to manage the greatness He will place in your hands. This is the universe giving you the vision before giving you the resources. And when the resources come, when wealth manifests, you will know exactly what to do with it. Because you won't just be rich. You will be empowered, commissioned, and full of divine purpose. Sign 10. You're going through loyalty tests in the little one. Now let's talk about a sign that many people don't like to hear. But that is absolutely necessary to understand. When God is about to release great wealth into your life, He first tests you with small wealth. He observes how you treat the little you have now, how you manage the limited resources in your hands today, how you behave with the small amounts of money that pass through your hands at this moment. And this test is not to fail you. It's to qualify you. It's to promote you. It's to prepare you to manage much more. And how does this test manifest itself? You may be noticing that precisely now when you need money the most, situations arise that test your generosity. Someone appears in need of help, and you have to decide whether to share the little you have or keep it all for yourself. Opportunities arise to tithe, to give offerings, to sow, and you have to decide whether to trust that God multiplies the seeds or to hold back for fear of running out. These are not coincidences. They are divine tests observing whether you have the heart of a rich person or still think like a poor person. For Leos, this test can be especially challenging because you have a natural pride. Leos want to look good, want to show off, want to demonstrate generosity and abundance, even when they don't have it. And in this moment of scarcity, you may be tempted to pretend that everything is fine, to spend what you don't have just to keep up appearances, to take on debt just to avoid showing need. But that's not God's test. The test isn't about pretending you have. It's about being faithful with what you truly have, however small it may be. Another way this test appears is in your faithfulness to small financial commitments. Have you honored those small promises? Have you paid those small debts on time? Have you been punctual with those smaller commitments? Have you taken good care of that little bit that's left over at the end of the month? God is watching all of this. Because if you are not faithful in managing 10, how can He trust you to give you 10,000? If you don't take good care of 100, how does He know you will take good care of 100,000? Faithfulness in small things is the key that unlocks abundance in big things. And there's one aspect of this test that's especially important: your attitude during scarcity. Are you constantly complaining about your financial situation? Are you grumbling, murmuring, blaming God for what you don't have? Or are you able to maintain gratitude for the little you have? Are you able to praise even in lack? Are you able to trust that better days are coming? Because this attitude in scarcity is what determines whether you will prosper in abundance or whether abundance will corrupt you. God needs to know that you serve Him for who He is, not for what He gives. You may also be being tested in the area of patience. Because quick and easy money is tempting, isn't it? That shortcut that promises to solve everything at once. That scheme that seems too good to be true, but you're so desperate you think about getting involved. That dubious opportunity you would normally reject but now consider because you need it. All of these are tests of character. God wants to see if you will wait for the right blessing, or if you will settle for anything out of desperation. Because the wealth He will give you doesn't come with a price on your conscience. It doesn't come stained with dishonesty. It doesn't come through shady shortcuts. It comes clean, it comes honored, it comes with peace. So, Leo, if you're going through this period where it seems like everything is testing your financial integrity, where every situation is proving your character with money, where every financial decision seems to carry enormous weight, don't be discouraged. You are in God's school, in the University of Prosperity. Each test passed is a step climbed. Each trial overcome is a door opened. And when you pass all these tests, when God sees that you are faithful in little things, He will say, "Now this child of mine is ready." And then, Leo, then He will open the floodgates of heaven and pour out upon you a wealth you never imagined possible, because you have proven that you can be trusted with it. Sign 11. You are starting to see repetitive numbers and signs. This 11th sign may seem too mystical to some, but it's real and happens frequently when the universe wants to get your attention. When God is about to release wealth into the life of a Leo, He begins to send signs through repetitive numbers, repeating patterns, and coincidences that happen too often to be mere chance. And this is not superstition. It's the universe's way of speaking a language that transcends words, that crosses the barriers of logic and speaks directly to your spirit. And what are these signs? You might start seeing the same numbers on the clock all the time. Every day when you look, it shows a certain time, as if something is making you look at that particular moment. You might see repeated number sequences in unusual places. License plates, receipts, phone numbers, addresses. Everything conspiring to show you certain numerical patterns. In spiritual numerology, many of these numbers have meanings linked to abundance, transformation, the completion of cycles, and the beginning of new times. For Leos especially, certain numbers may appear more frequently. The number 1, which represents leadership, new beginnings, pioneering, all related to the essence of Leo. The number 8, which is the number of material abundance, prosperity, infinity. The number 9, which represents the completion of cycles, the finishing of stages, preparation for a new level. When these numbers start appearing repeatedly in your life, it's not by chance. It's the universe confirming that you are on the right path, that the time is approaching, that the manifestation of wealth is almost happening. But it's not just about numbers. You might also start noticing other patterns repeating themselves. You might hear the same message from different sources in a short period of time. Someone says something, you turn on the television and hear about exactly that. You open an app and find content on the same topic. Certain words might start jumping out at you everywhere you go. Similar situations might repeat themselves, giving you multiple chances to learn the same lesson, make the same decision, or choose the same path. These repetitive patterns are the universe's way of telling you, pay attention, this is important. It's as if God is underlining certain messages in your life, highlighting with a yellow marker the most important parts that you can't miss. And the more you pay attention, the more you recognize these signs and respond to them, the clearer they become. The universe realizes you are listening and begins to speak even louder, even clearer, even more directly. There are also signs through animals and nature. For those born under the sign of Leo, encounters with felines may become frequent during this period. Whether in images, videos that appear to you, or real-life situations, it's the universe reminding you of your Leo strength, your natural power, your ability to lead and conquer. Butterflies are also powerful signs of transformation arriving. Birds can represent financial freedom on the way. Each natural symbol that repeats itself in your life carries a specific message about the change that is coming. And the most important thing about all these signs is the feeling they bring. When you see these numbers, when you notice these patterns, when you recognize these symbols, you feel something. It might be a shiver, it might be a sudden peace, it might be an emotion you can't explain. This feeling is confirmation that you are interpreting correctly, that it is truly a divine sign and not just paranoia in your head. Trust this feeling. Trust this intuition. It is the voice of your spirit recognizing the voice of the Holy Spirit. So Leo, start paying attention to these signs. Don't ignore them when the same numbers appear repeatedly. Don't dismiss them when the same themes emerge from multiple sources. Don't disregard them when nature sends you its messages through symbols. All of this is part of the divine language, the way the universe communicates with those who are about to receive great blessings. And when you learn to read this language, when you become fluent in these signs, you can navigate the process of manifesting your prosperity with much more confidence. You know you're not alone, that you're not imagining things, that there really is a superior intelligence guiding your steps towards the abundance that has always been yours by divine right. Sign 12. You are feeling an inexplicable peace about the future. And we come to the last sign, which is perhaps the most powerful of all. When God is about to release great wealth into the life of a Leo, He pours a supernatural peace upon that person's heart. And it's not a peace that makes logical sense, it's not a peace based on visible evidence, it's not a peace that comes because everything is already resolved. It's a peace that transcends understanding, a peace that exists despite the circumstances, a peace that sustains you even when the world around you still seems chaotic. This peace is God's signature. It's the divine seal confirming that He is in control of your financial situation. And how do you recognize this peace? First, you realize that the anxieties that once consumed you begin to lose their power. That constant fear of not having enough, that dread of lacking, that anguish over bills, all of that begins to diminish even if the external situation hasn't changed yet. You look at the same difficult financial reality, but now you look with different eyes. Now you have an inner certainty that things will work out, that you will get through this, that better days are guaranteed. And this certainty doesn't come from forced optimism, It comes from spiritual revelation. For Leos, this peace has a special flavor, because you tend to carry a lot of pride and pressure on your shoulders. Leos demand too much of themselves, want to handle everything alone, and don't like to show weakness or need. And this attitude, while valuable, generates enormous inner tension. But when God pours out this supernatural peace, He is telling you, you no longer need to carry everything alone. You can rest, you can trust, you can surrender to the one who truly has the power to resolve things. And this rest, this trust, this surrender frees you to receive in ways that your own effort could never achieve. You will also notice that this peace comes accompanied by anticipatory gratitude. You begin to give thanks for blessings you haven't yet seen, to celebrate victories that haven't yet happened, to praise miracles that are still on their way. And this is not pretense, it's not a technique of forced manifestation. It's genuine faith. It's you believing so strongly that the blessing is already guaranteed that you give thanks in advance. And this attitude of anticipatory gratitude is like a powerful magnet that attracts the physical manifestation of what you have already received in spirit. The more you give thanks beforehand, the faster it appears later. Another manifestation of this peace is that you stop despairing over doors that are still closed. Before, each rejection destroyed you, each no demotivated you. Each closed door seemed like the end of the world. Now you can hear a no without losing faith. You can see a door close without panicking, because you have unwavering confidence that the right door will open at the right time. You understand that some no's were divine protections, that some closed doors were necessary redirections. And with this understanding comes a peace that allows you to rest in the process without forcing results. You also realize that you stop comparing your journey to others. Before, you looked at those who were already abundant and felt inferior, left behind. Now you can celebrate the victory of others without envy. You can rejoice in the prosperity of others without bitterness. Because you are absolutely certain that what is yours is coming, that your time will come, that your time has been decreed in heaven and nothing will stop it. And this peace of knowing that you have your own divine timing frees you from the prison of comparison. And there's one last beautiful thing about this peace. When it's present, you can sleep peacefully. Literally. Those sleepless nights tossing and turning in bed worried about money end. Those nightmares about overdue bills end. That insomnia of financial anxiety ends. You lay your head on the pillow and can rest because you know that God doesn't sleep, that He is working while you rest, that He is resolving things while you rest. And this rest, this peaceful sleep amidst the financial storm, is proof that you truly trust, that you truly believe, that you have truly surrendered the situation into His hands. So Leo, if you are experiencing this inexplicable peace, if you are feeling a tranquility that doesn't match your current financial situation, if you are able to rest amidst the chaos, rejoice. This is the final confirmation that God is about to act powerfully in your life. This peace is not passivity, it is not conformity, it is not giving up. It is the purest confidence that when God promises, He fulfills. And Leo, God promised abundance for you. He promised wealth. He promised prosperity. And what He promises, He fulfills. The peace you feel now is the tranquility of someone who knows that victory is already guaranteed. It is the serenity of someone who understands that the game is over, and you have won. You are just waiting for the score to be updated in the physical world. And that, my dear Leo, will happen very soon. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal. And you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. So, my dear Leo, we have reached the end of this journey of revelation. You have just learned about the 12 signs that God sends before releasing wealth into the lives of those born under the sign of Leo. 12 clear signs, 12 divine messages, 12 confirmations that your season of scarcity is ending and your era of abundance is beginning. And now you have the knowledge, you have the wisdom, you have the spiritual tools to recognize these signs when they appear, or to confirm that they are already happening in your life at this very moment. To quickly recap everything we've discussed. First, the sacred restlessness that no longer allows you to accept mediocrity. Second, the old doors that begin to move. Third, the courage that springs from nowhere, replacing paralyzing fear. Fourth, distancing yourself from false and toxic people. Fifth, the renewal of your mindset about money. 6th, the prophetic dreams announcing abundance. 7th, the mysterious resolution of old debts. 8th, the creative ideas that arrive as a revelation. 9th, the call to serve and impact more lives. 10th, the tests of fidelity in small things. 11th, the repetitive numbers and patterns. And finally, the inexplicable peace about the future. How many of these signs are you already experiencing right now? How many did you recognize while I was speaking? If you identified at least 3 or 4 of these signs happening in your life, you can be absolutely certain God is working behind the scenes to prosper you. If you recognize more than half of these signs, then get ready because the manifestation is very close. And if you identified with all or almost all of these signs, Leo, your wealth isn't just coming. It's practically knocking on your door. It's just a matter of days, maybe weeks, but not months. You're at the very end of the process. The harvest is ripe and ready to be gathered. But now comes the most important part of everything I've said here. Knowing the signs isn't enough. Recognizing that they are happening isn't enough either. You need to respond to these signs with action, with faith, with obedience. If you felt restlessness, don't ignore it by trying to return to your comfort zone. If old doors have moved, walk through them with courage. If you receive creative ideas, execute them boldly. If God is testing you in small things, be faithful to the end. Every sign you recognize today is a call to action, not just contemplation. And there's one last thing I need to tell you, and it's crucial. Don't let the enemy steal what God has revealed to you today. Because as soon as you leave this video, doubt will try to return. The negative circumstances around you will try to speak louder than the revelation you received here. The voices of skeptical people will try to destroy the faith that has been planted in your heart. But you cannot allow that. You need to treasure this word. Meditate on it every day. Declare these truths over your life until they fully manifest. Because the battle for your prosperity is not just in the physical world. It begins in your mind, in your heart, in your faith. Therefore, I want to leave you with a final challenge. For the next 30 days, I want you to do 3 things every single day without fail. First, thank God every morning for the wealth that is coming, as if it had already arrived. Second, declare aloud at least once a day that you are blessed, prosperous, and destined for abundance. Third, carefully observe each of these 12 signs manifesting in your life, and write down when you recognize each one happening. At the end of 30 days, you will have such strong evidence of divine intervention in your financial life that your faith will be unshakable when the full manifestation arrives. And look, if you've made it this far, if you've watched this entire video, that in itself is a sign. Because out of the thousands of people who saw the title, only a few clicked. Of those who clicked, only a few have stayed until now. And of those who have stayed until now, you are one of them. This is not a coincidence. You were guided to this message because it was made especially for you, for this moment in your life, to prepare you for the abundance that is coming. The universe brought you here on purpose. So if this video truly touched your heart, if these words resonated with you, if you recognize the signs in your own life, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with other Leos you know who also need to hear this message. Because when you spread spiritual knowledge, when you help strengthen the faith of others, you are sowing in the spiritual realm. And every seed planted in the spiritual realm yields a harvest in the material realm. You bless others and are blessed even more. And if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, if you haven't yet activated notifications, do it now. Because this video you just watched is only a small part of all the spiritual, mystical, and astrological knowledge we share here. Every week there's new content to help you understand the mysteries of the universe, to unravel the secrets of prosperity, to walk towards your best version. And you won't want to miss any of these messages that can completely transform your life. And if these messages truly touch your heart, if you feel this channel has made a difference in your spiritual journey, consider becoming a member, supporting this work, contributing so that these messages continue to reach and transform lives. Because each person who supports, each member who joins this community, is becoming part of something much bigger. They are helping to spread light, knowledge, and hope in a world that so desperately needs it. And as I always say, what you sow, you reap multiplied. Now I want to hear from you. Leave your birth date in the comments and tell me, how many of these 12 signs are you already experiencing in your life? Which one impacted you the most? Which one brought you the most hope? Because when you share your testimony, when you publicly declare what God is doing in your life, you are further activating the manifestation of that blessing. You are prophesying over your own life. And besides, your comment might be exactly the word of confirmation that another Leo needed to read today. So go ahead, don't be shy, leave your comment, share your experience, spread faith and hope. And always remember, you are not alone on this journey. There are thousands of Leos around the world going through similar processes, receiving the same signs, walking towards the same abundance. You are a tribe, a spiritual family, lions and lionesses destined for greatness. And before I finish, I want to pray for you. I want to decree this over your life. So if you can, close your eyes for a moment and receive this blessing. I decree now, in the name of all the forces of good that govern the universe, that the wealth promised to you is released. May every spiritual barrier that was hindering your prosperity fall to the ground now. May every debt be resolved, may every door open, may every path be illuminated. May abundance reach you not only materially, but in all areas of your life. May you prosper financially, but also emotionally, spiritually, and relationally. And when this wealth arrives, may you use it wisely, generously, with divine purpose. May you be a blessing to many, and may your prosperity glorify the Creator. Amen and amen. Leo, your time has come. Your season has changed. Your time has begun. Believe in this with all your heart. And we'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue unraveling the mysteries of the universe together. Until then, keep your faith burning, your hope alive, and your heart open to receive everything the universe has prepared for you. A big hug and may God bless you immensely.